were about Andy Carroll's tackle, the elbow on Lisandro Martinez. The other night, it was strange that Wout Weghorst didn't get a penalty at 0-0. Have the club asked for any explanation about the some of the inconsistent decisions that the team are getting?
No, you have to accept it, and that's in football. It is how it is. We have to accept that we miss out Christian Eriksen for a couple of months, and what is a big setback. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it, and it's the same with decisions from refereeing. You have to accept it and don't lose too many focus or energy. Spend too many energy on it. We focus on our game.
Is it a concern though? I mean, one of those decisions could be pivotal in a game. The decision wasn't the other night, but another one later down the line might be vital.
Sometimes it's that the case, but we trust in the refereeing here in the UK.
Erik, you've worked very hard to create a positive culture here, spirit, camaraderie with the players. How important is it to maintain that culture between now and the end of the season and not let anything external disrupt that or affect that?
It's really important, but sometimes you get issues, and then you, as a club, as a team, you have to deal with it. But we have standards, we have values, we have to live along those high standards and high values. So, and that gives a base if you have such a good culture that you have a good spirit and vibe.
Just to follow up on what David's saying, after the problem of Cristiano went, all those questions you were facing about him went away. There seemed to be a greater focus on the football. Does that make a difference to the players that those external things aren't around anymore and the total focus is on the game, and for you as well?
Yeah, I think that's our job. Don't get distracted from anything. And of course, we are human beings. Sometimes there are issues. We are not like robots, but we have to focus on our job. Every time again, we have so many games to cover, so we don't have time to get distracted from anything. It's not always easy, but that's a job.
I remember Sir Alex saying in the treble season about there was so many games, one after another. The players actually enjoyed that, and a momentum got going. Are you finding that with all the midweek games?
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's just the right way, and just the right approach to do that, to don't get distracted from anything and keep the momentum going. And we have that in our hands, and we can influence that, and we can influence our team performance and our individual performance, and that is our demand.
Hi Erik, it's been 250 days tomorrow since your first working day at Manchester United. How happy are you with the job done so far, and what are the key challenges in the next few weeks and months?
What we want is, for us, is good is not good enough. We want to bring that winning culture in this club. And what was previous the case, I think for a long time in this club, there was really that winning culture, and that's why this club won so many trophies in the last decades. And obviously the last years not that much, and we have to get back to those days. And there's only when you have the right culture, when you have the right strategy, and if you work every day hard, and not about not satisfied with yourself too quickly. No, demand high standards, prove it every day, and give every day the best of yourself, but also give a better version from yourself. If everyone is doing that and cooperate well, then you can achieve a lot. And so that is the way and the direction we want to go. And finally it has to come, and that we are winning trophies again.
Ian.
Hi, Erik. When you look at the top end of the Premier League, most of the teams at the top end, not all of them, but most of them, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham, Liverpool, they've all spent a little bit in January. They've all deepened the squad a little bit. When you look at your squad, do you see the depth that you think you really... We know that you've got a very, very competent 1 to 11. What do you think you're like 1 to 18, 1 to 20. Is the depth there for a club of this size?
We have to see it, but so we construct a squad. We invested also in the summer, and from that point on, it's about developing the team, and that is has to come on the training ground, has to come in the matches. That you develop your team, and that is that's the advantage from so many matches, that you can every time you can work on a better match. You don't have to wait so long. So if you have to cover many matches, you also have the chance to improve your match, your game, and quite quickly. And I think that is what we see in this moment. And of course, we need players to cover that, because the players till there is a limit on every player. But I think we have a depth in our squad. Maybe not that far as other teams, but also it has something to do with your approach to it and how you do your load management. And and if you do that right, we can come. I think we can come far.
Do you prefer a smaller squad to a bigger one? Do you have a preference? Because some coaches like to have numbers, some like to have a smaller group that they can just rely on and rotate maybe slightly lesser way.
I don't prefer a huge squad, as you mean by that, because also that gives also problems. But we discussed it before. In the front line till now, we had some problems in quantity, and not in the quality, but in the availability of the players. And you need definitely their numbers if you want to cover all the games. Cover them if you want to be successful.
Last question,
Given, it's kind of related to Ian's question in a way, given Eriksen's sadly out until maybe early May, are you a sort of, and obviously I don't want this to happen, but are you a serious injury to Casemiro away from your season becoming a bit of a disaster or very difficult because of how important he is, and because Christensen's already out?
Yeah, he is important, but in top football there's a risk. We know that all, that players get injured, and you can't avoid it. But of course, if you want to be successful in the season, you need your key players on board. That's definitely the truth.
But is the way to avoid it, or try and avoid it, have a better midfield core or a deeper, sort of another Casemiro level player to go with Eriksen?
I think it's not possible to have two Casemiros or two Christian Eriksens.
I mean, City have many. You know what I mean? Sort of all very good ones.
I think so. In that part, we can be a bit deeper. But also, I think we said before the season, we want to restore Man United, but it will take time, and it will take seasons to get back in days that you can compete for everything and for the highest trophies in the world.
Casemiro, I think you started 21 of your last 24 games or something. Came on as a sub and the others and suspended for Arsenal. You can't afford to drop him at the moment, obviously with the injuries. But is there a danger that he may suffer from burnout at all, playing so many games, or is that not a concern?
But it's for every player. But
constantly, hasn't he?
Yeah, but there are more players. I think Bruno is also playing every game. But I think also those players are capable for it, and that's why they are so good. And you can always rely on them as a club, and that's why they won so many trophies. Casemiro at Real Madrid, and I think also there he played so many games.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.